Hey, hi, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to learn about MLOps flow and the roadmap. Let's understand each phase and the stage in the MLOps, what happens, which kind of tools we are going to use. All this we'll understand in this video. So it will be very interesting to you to make you very clear on the flow. The first thing, why AML model is developing. So it is developing because we need to help the business, okay, to help the business that it is increasing their sales or increasing their profits in the market, right? So basically it is helping in many ways, that getting the more subscribers or more users to a particular application or a particular website. In your daily case, if you can see, there are many OTT platforms are there, there are many e-commerce applications are there, right? So it is basically attracting the users and understanding the user pattern, and then giving a valid product suggestion to the users, so that the users are doing orders, purchasing something in certain application, then that is giving a good help to the like the business candidates, right? But now how this can be analyzed, and how ML model is understanding all these things. First, the first thing is we need to, so there are let me, okay, see, so there will be some business candidates who we called as business analysts and stakeholders, okay, okay, and business analysts and stakeholders who are having good knowledge about their application and their business, and they are coming with up an idea, okay, coming with up an idea. So that idea is actually increasing the application profits, okay, nothing but the business profits. The stakeholders are here, and or the business analysts and some domain experts, okay. So they are here, and they're just coming up with an idea, so that, so this is the way we can increase our sales, this is the way we can increase our business. So they are coming with up an idea. So that idea is lead to collect the one thing called data collection, called data collection. So what happens in the data collection? Data collection. So in this data collection, so there will be a raw data collecting, raw data collecting from various sources such as databases, APIs, and other third-party services. Okay, from other third-party services, we're going to collect the data in this phase. So we're going to use some tools here, okay, for this particular action. We use some of the tools like Kafka and AWS Glue in this particular section, okay. So Azure Data Factory and Google Cloud Data Flow. So these are the tools we are leveraging at this data collection, and we are collecting from the different sources, and this we are leveraging these tools. And who is going to be responsible here? Data engineer is responsible. So data engineer is responsible here actually, okay, to do all this work. And sometimes MLOps engineer closely works with the data engineers, not sometimes, for most of the times we are going to closely work with the data engineers. So whatever the actions or whatever the work or task they are doing, a part of this data collection, so we also interactively discuss with them sometimes. And here's the next stage, it comes with one more called data processing, data pre-processing or data processing. Okay, and I can also call it as cleaning. Okay, cleaning. Okay, so data processing and data cleaning also I can call it as. So here, what tools I'm going to use? So cleaning the data by handling missing values, as we discussed in the last video also. So what kind of work can be done here? So cleaning the data, handling missing values, removing the duplicates, and creating a new, transforming the formats. Okay. So here we are going to use some tools like Python. We are going to use. So inside the Python, we will use pandas and NumPy, and we also use Apache Spark and Databricks. Okay, Databricks. So these are the tools which we are going to use at this stage to get the work done. Okay, and who is mainly responsible here? Data engineering in collaboration with the data scientist. Okay, so they collaboratively can we do this work. Someone individually can also do this work. So who are the responsible here? Data engineers and data scientists are the responsible here in this particular, where data pre-processing or processing and cleaning. And as I said, there will be a one more stage called data versioning. So here in this data versioning, what happens? So in this data versioning, so here data versioning. So particularly here, so versioning data to track and change over time. So it is same like the Git. Okay, same like the Git. What tools we will be using here? We are going to use called DVC and Git, and we use MLflow. So these tools will be going to use, and who is responsible here for the MLOps engineer is responsible here, and sometimes it is also a data engineer works because they're going to deal with the data. So here we do the data versioning. It's something like same Git in the DevOps, right? So what we do with the Git, so it's a source code repositories where you keep all your source code securely. The same way here also we're performing here with the DVC and Git and the MLflow. Okay. So here this is the second one, and then here we come with the model development and phase. Okay. Here we come with the model development and phase. Let me take this like this again. Yeah. So here we come with model development phase. Here what happening? Here there are stages will be involved. What stages will be involved? Feature engineering. Feature engineering. So in this feature engineering, selecting and transforming the raw data which we have collected here, selecting and transforming the raw data into input for the model. Okay, the raw data into input for the model. So what kind of tools we are going to use here to get this work done. Okay, so we are going to use some tools called Python. Okay, Python side we have TensorFlow transformation and Feast Tecton and the Skit Learn. Also we have this. Okay, so these tools we are going to use in this feature engineering. Again, who is going to responsible mostly here? MLOps and as well as data scientists are responsible. And here it comes again one more, which is model training. So I'm just going to take it as, let me keep this like this, and then what I do, I'll be having one more, and then I'll be having one. Here you can see now. So we have this three. So what happens one stage after another stage? Here, feature engineering. So these tools are going to use, and here what happens? Model trainings. Okay, so in this model trainings, to get this work done, what happens? We are going to train the model and prepare the data sets. So what are the data is prepared above is going to be trained in this area. So here for this, what kind of tools we are going to use to get work done? Okay, so we will be having some tools like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and SageMakers and Skit-learn. Okay, so these tools are there to use for this model training. And the third one is experimentation and tracking. What is this experimentation and tracking? See here, we basically run the multiple experiments and logging results for comparison. Okay, for this we are going to use some tools to get done this work. We have MLflow and weight and bias and format. Okay, so these are the things we are going to. Who is responsible here? MLOps engineer is going responsible here actually. Okay, and then we have the model validation phase. We have the model validation phase. I'll just all this are fine. Then I'll just going to take this line, and then there is one more. So that would be the model validation. Okay, so in this model validation phase, what happens? There are certain stages. Model evaluation again. Okay, so model evaluation, model evaluation, We have the, okay, what we have? Model evaluation. So in this model evaluation, what happens? So evaluating the model's performance and validation data. So we are going to use something called tools, Python, Matplotlib and Seaborn and TensorBoard we are going to use in this for evaluating the model performance and validation data. And who is basically responsible here? Data scientists are the responsible here. And we have again one testing and debugging stage. Testing and debugging stage. So what we are going to use here, so we are actually to do the ensuring the model is correcting, it is correct or not, and we are ensuring that the model has to be robustness and correctness in it. So for that we are going to use some tools like, okay, we are going to use some tools called Python and Postman and Data Robot. So these are the tools we are going to use. Okay, so in these stages we are going to use that one. And then what happens in the next? So there will be a again one more stage, one more phase. So that is deployment phase. So in this deployment phase, what happens? So in this deployment phase, what happens? So packaging and containerizing model and its dependencies into a container, and then we are going to use some tools to do this work done. Docker, Kubernetes, and Flask and Fast API for REST APIs. We're going to use this one. These are the tools. Okay, and we are going to do some model deployment in it. Some model deployment in it after containerizing. What we're going to use? We're going to deploy. So this into certain environments by using some tools. Okay, so model deployment by using some tools, like if you're using containerizing, you have different platforms. Again, you have Kubernetes, you have AWS SageMaker, you have Azure Machine Learning Studio, you have Google AI platform, Vertex AI. And who is going to responsible here? MLOps engineers and DevOps engineers are responsible here. Again, we are having one more, that is monitoring and maintenance space. Monitoring and maintenance space. So here we are going to monitor the model performance and model things. So for that we are going to use some of the tools for monitoring it. Okay, so we have Grafana, Prompt TCS, and Evidently AI, and basically MLOps and DevOps engineers are responsible here. Okay, MLOps and DevOps engineers are responsible here. And again, we are going to do some logging and alert here. And who is going to do that? Again, DevOps and MLOps is going to do that. For that, we are having some tools to be integrated, like Elasticsearch, Kibana, and Splunk. Who is responsible? Again, you are be the ISRE, nothing but DevOps engineer and MLOps engineer. And then there will be feedback and retraining according to your metrics which you have applied. According to the metrics we have applied. Okay, so now, according to the metrics we have applied, using the production feedback and improve the retraining the models. So we are going to use some tools here, that is Python, TensorFlow, and extended TFX and the Kubeflow. So for feedback and retraining the model, so this is the final stage which we are going to have in this model flow on the roadmap. Once we got something of feedback, then what happens? So all your workload is here, right? So it comes to the again to the starting of data collection and data validation, where we are data collection and data validation here. Okay, so this is going to come here. So here, because we need to retrain again, going to retrain again like this. So this is how you can see. Now this is how an actual workflow works at real world industry. Works at real world industry. So with these tools. So here there are real world challenges. Okay, so many real world workflows, data preparation, model development, validation and testing, okay, and deployment, monitoring. So these are the things. Okay, data engineers are mainly responsible for data ingestion, cleaning, transformation. Data scientists are mainly responsible for model development and evaluation and testing. MLOps engineers are for experimenting, tracking, and deployment pipelines. DevOps engineers for infrastructure setup and CI/CD integration. SRE engineers are monitoring and reliability management. So this is the thing. In coming classes, we are going to see how what is the good data, bad data, biased, okay, and also we're going to see the how the label data is, how we can label it, okay, and where we can keep the data, and then how we can go and do with some developed algorithms. Okay, we have already some of the models, okay, with the neural networks, and we're going to use them from the market, AWS market or Azure market or GCP. So those models, how accurately they are predicting, and we'll see the metrics and all, and then we'll train the model and we'll see the output. Okay, we'll see the accuracy on it. If possible, we do the hyperparameter also. So all these things we will see in the coming classes. Just stay tuned and just subscribe and follow us regularly so that you'll get an update.